Hi, TikTok friends! I'm back with another personal health journey update. Today would be, day 6 of week 10 on my GLP-1 assisted health journey. In my case, I've been prescribed tirzepatide, aka Zepbound, aka Mounjaro. Let's face it, it's all the same stuff at the end of the day. So I have two major updates to share with you. One is a definite positive kind of non-scale victory thing, and the other not necessarily negative, but an unexpected, deviation from my original plan. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's start with the non-scale victory, because that one's fun and exciting. So I finally got to the point where the denial about the need to buy new clothes was no longer tenable for me. So I gave myself permission, despite not wanting to spend any money on new clothes at this stage of the journey, where it was kind of getting ridiculous and I was starting to look a little clownish in clothes that were fitting me snugly 30 plus pounds ago. So I bit the bullet and did some shopping. First thing that was exciting for me was that I was able to fit into extra large shirts because I had been wearing 2XL, and in some cases the 2XLs were even a bit snug on me. And I was able to fit in extra large shirts very comfortably. And I got myself some new shorts, and I'm going on vacation, not really a long vacation, but a long weekend this weekend. And I decided I would give it a whirl and get some new clothes for that trip. And I was really pleased. But I bought a couple things that I didn't end up liking. I hate try on clothes in the clothing store. So I typically grab stuff in the sizes that I think are going to fit me, and I bring them home and I try them on, and if I hate them, I just bring them back and exchange them. So I did that because there were a couple of things that didn't quite fit right, and there were a couple of things that I just didn't end up liking the way they looked on me. So I brought a few things back and in haste grabbed a couple things to exchange it for, and I grabbed this shirt that you can kind of see as I back up my little handheld gimbal/tripod thing here. So I threw this shirt on up over my head this morning as I was getting dressed, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I kind of like that shirt on me, and that's not a color I typically buy, so I'm like, branching out, a little maroon. And then I look down at my chest, and there's the sticker, and it says L. And I was like, oh, it's mislabeled. I need to double check this. It can't possibly be a large. I must have looked at the label in the back of the neck, the back of the collar, and missed that it was mislabeled. So I whipped this thing off and flipped it around and looked on the size on the back of the collar, and it's a large. I am wearing a large shirt. I am comfortably wearing a large shirt. I have not worn a large size shirt. Well, tomorrow I turn 44. The last time I fit into a large shirt, there was a 2 in the front of my age, not a 4. So, mind blown. So yeah, I don't know what to make of that because that was very unexpected. Now, one thing I will say is I don't want anybody to feel weird about me naming specific sizes, because I recall that there was a time in my life where people were talking about clothing sizes that they were wearing, and it would get in my head from a comparison point. So I just want to put the caveat out there that all of our body types are different and all of our journeys are individual. And I don't want anybody to say, that guy's in a large shirt and that's his non-scale victory, and I'm trying to get down to a 2X or a 3X or whatever it is. Because I've been that person who was listening to other people talk about their non-scale victories and the clothing that they were fitting into and feeling really crappy about it. So I don't want anyone to feel crappy about this, because in my mind, if I'm where I am in terms of non-scale victories that were unexpected, everybody is going to have their own individual non-scale victories that are their accomplishments, that are about themselves and them achieving what they need to achieve for their health. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, so putting aside the fact that my mind is blown that I am comfortably fitting into a large shirt, the other side of the coin is that my original plan was to stay on 5 milligrams of tirzepatide for another full month. But as of this week, I have vis-a-vis split dosing, gone up under the care of my medical team from 5 to 7.5. And the reason for it is this. The food noise all came roaring back, and the suppression dropped off a cliff. And it started in week 9 and got worse in week 10. And so in consultation with my provider, we decided that it made sense to go up to 7.5 and that it wasn't even necessary to wait until next month, but could, because of the miracles of compound tirzepatide, which I get through my telehealth provider, Iveen, that I could go up to 7 by splitting my dose this week. And then next week we'll take a full dose of 7.5. So we decided to do that, and it turned out to be a really good choice for me because after taking the additional 2.5 on top of the 5 I had taken earlier in my week, I am back to how I was feeling on 5 with all the positive benefits of the medication, and really honestly at this point no real major negative side effects so far. So unexpectedly I have moved up much earlier than I had planned to 7.5. 5 was a happy dose for me for a period of time, but like what happened to me on 2.5 where it was fantastic for 3 weeks and then suddenly fell off a cliff in terms of effectiveness for me, same thing ended up being true for 5. I stuck it out with 5 a little bit longer, one more week than I did with 2.5, but it was kind of rough. And so we decided to move up to 7.5, and we're going to go full steam ahead there, and once again hope that I can do 7.5 for an extended period of time and not need to titrate up too quickly. So that was unexpected, in some ways disappointing, because I was hoping that I could stay on a lower dose for a longer period of time, but the journey is what the journey is, and it is not as much in my control as I would like for it to be. So we're going to go full steam ahead. The non-scale victories are fantastic. The scale victories are, at least for a little while, have been fewer and further between. But we're going to take all the positives that we can and, stack those up as wins and move forward on this. So it's been a pretty good 10, almost 11 weeks on this GLP-1 journey. And I've appreciated everybody in the TikTok community who's been helpful and supportive and sharing their ideas and sharing their experiences to benefit everybody in this community. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll keep you all posted as usual.